find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give running left with Mack. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And this one caught by Max Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. First carry for James Conner. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They fake the handoff, now Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Conner is in. Touchdown, Arizona. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Touchdown, out is Prater to kick. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This complete to Lockett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona will give them the season sweep.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now an option play on second down.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Take it in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. It's a foot race. 30. 10. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Carson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On the option, a handoff to Carson.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Runs through the contact. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook, and I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Carson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Tyler Lockett past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 17-14. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
1st down, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Murray has the 1st down and more. And down to the 19-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Trent Murphy. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
They run it with Carson. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. This is Carson, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This is caught by Williams. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A Cardinal 1st down, Murray to Hopkins. Play fake. Murray. Flush to his right.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
On 3rd down. It's Carson, and he will have a first down here at about the 40.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Seahawks.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They'll run the screen with Carson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Carson will take the handoff out of the option play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Catch is made by Metcalf. Shoves him aside. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A full 40 yards that time on 3rd down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, they run the option on 2nd down.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Carson again.
And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now a give to Edmonds.
Edmonds a first down and more.
Fights through him.
51 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Murray.
And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Cardinals have retaken a third quarter lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth. And who's going to make the play that changes that? That maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. When we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and run the option.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trent Murphy. He's at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And out across midfield down to the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On play action, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Edmonds.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, You might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Edmonds.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chase Edmonds, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Prater for the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On 1st down, Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. For DK Metcalf, we know all about that sprinter speed that he has. It was definitely on display there as he's able to pick up good yardage after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over on 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by DJ Reed.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson.
And this will go to Carson out wide. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Ballore, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down is Murray. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From just shy of midfield, Murray. And one more time, here's Kirk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try to run it with Mack. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They go play action now. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. They'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 10. Now Murray. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong, whatever you call.